हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गम् जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः. So Bhagavan straight away says, slain you will obtain heaven. Victorious you will enjoy the earth. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshyase mahim. Win-win situation. By dying you will get heaven. By not dying and winning, you will win over not only the battle, but you will also enjoy the kingdom. Now, would you like to fight? Tasmad uttishta. Therefore, get up. O Kaunteya, yuddhaya krita nishchayah. Resolving to fight. Get up on your 2 feet and get going. That means this indicates that Arjuna, who had sat down in the chariot with despondency, throwing away his weapons, he was still sitting. Look at his audacity. Bhagavan is talking to him and he is sitting. This is what happens when we are in sorrow. We forget who's in front of us. We lose our discrimination. So he is sitting in the chariot, helplessly. Bhagavan says, get up. Don't you think that we also do the same? Aren't we sitting idle in this life, life after life? Have we found as to what is the duty of human life? How many of us, when we came to our independent thinking level, have given it a thought that what is this life all about? What should be the essence of my human life? What should be my aim and ultimate goal? How best can I perform my duties so that I can fulfill the human life to its fullest? We really don't think about those things. Our thought goes at the most up to survival. Self-survival, family survival, and if we are too charitable, then the survival of the world around us. That's the end. But knowing very well that neither am I going to survive forever, nor the family members, nor even the world. And yet we are looking only for survival. What is this? This is called sheer ignorance. This cannot be the purpose of human life. If this would have been the purpose of human life, then we were not even a bit better than animals. Then what was the use of this discriminative faculty with which we are graced? So a handful of human beings will think about it, that what could be the purpose of human life. So they would have researched, and they are called as subjective scientists, the rishis, who have done research on the purpose of human life and the goal of human life. So therefore, Bhagavan is telling this to Arjuna. Because Bhagavan Shri Vedavyasa has put these words in the mouth of Sri Krishna to inform Arjuna that by performance of your duty, elevate yourself to the higher mental plane. That is beyond ancestral plane, and that is called as heaven. Swarga. Hatova prapsasi swargam. Your earlier battles that you have won were also the performance of your duty, all right. But this one is a different battle. This one is to establish righteousness, which is the ultimate duty of any human being. In whatever field we are, it is our duty to establish nothing but righteousness, even if at the cost of our own death, is the message of the Bhagavad Geeta. It is not only the duty of the gurus to establish righteousness. It is the duty of every individual to establish righteousness. Hato va prapsyasi swargam. By establishing righteousness to whatever extent one can, to that extent one is already successful. What more success one waits for? The child, okay, the example of children is very good for us. Why? Because we are no more children. So we say, okay, it's for the child. So in the name of child, I would like to give you another example for the same. The child went to school because it was his test. Again, this test time is like, testing times only. So he had to perform for that test. And then he looked at the test paper. Oh my God, out of 11, I'm supposed to attempt some 8. Some 3 choices are given. So out of these 11, in fact 1 or 2 only I know, and the rest I don't know. Now then, the child is now shivering and all. So he peeps left and right, and all seem to be quite fine with the test paper. So something wrong. I think I have skipped out on those chapters or what, God knows. I just don't know what to do, this, that, etc. So by looking at that child, the invigilator knows that the child is in trouble. So he went to the child and said, what happened, my dear? I don't think I can attempt this test because I know nothing. I just know 1 or 2. So the invigilator very coolly said, I will help you out. Yes, tell me what. So he said, these are the questions and I don't know. So invigilator said, okay, or the child sitting next to you, he knows. So I'm giving you the freedom. You can ask and attempt. Now this child has got some conscience. So he said, no, I can't do that. It's called cheating. No, but I am allowing you to do so. No. And the child didn't want to attempt it that way. Of course, the child is not going to pass that test. And he went home and told this to the parents. And the parents, fortunately, for once, supported him. Because nowadays, you know how the parents are. So they would have said, my dear fool, why didn't you listen to the invigilator anyway? You don't listen to me and now you don't even listen to the invigilator. These parents were very pious. So they said, you are already successful because you did not succumb to your lower conscience. I don't care whether you pass or fail, my dear, you have already passed. You have realized that you did not either prepare or some misfire. Sometimes it happens, my dear, in life it happens. But don't you ever let yourself down. Be always righteous. Hold on to your righteousness. Irrespective of whether you live or die. It was death for the child, right? But hato va prapsasi swargam. That is, he has gone across the lower mental plane and has already transcended to the higher mental plane. What more do you want from human life? Life is full of ups and downs. Don't worry. Some failures and some successes. Don't worry. But never fail to live up to your righteousness. Yes, be worried. Be careful, be attentive. Keep a check-up on yourself. At no cost would you like to compromise on your righteous principles. That's the only thing what is wanted out of a human life. And that also we fail tremendously. It's not worth it. Tasmad uttishta. Arjuna wouldn't have been unrighteous in life, but at the time of crisis, who knows? One gets completely deluded, and especially when there are people who are related to you. That is the worst situation. In front of your relationships, you give up your weapons, which you would have used several times in life to protect yourself and your righteousness. Why don't you pick up the weapons then? These are not the weapons that we use in battlefields always. These are the various kinds of weapons of thoughts, words, and deeds that you need to use to maintain righteousness. Be a winner by maintaining righteousness within and without as much or as possible. Yuddhaya krita nishchayah. Get up with a resolve. Otherwise, keep sleeping, doesn't matter. Many human beings are sleeping in this regard. You also join the throng and sleep well. If you get up, then get up with a resolve to live a life of righteousness. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Anyway, one has to die one day, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are famous or infamous, right? Whether you are a successful man or a failure. So, as per the scriptures, who is truly successful? Now we know. But to know elaborately, we will have the coming chapter, which will tell us what is the true success of human life.